Hello students, I'm back for the will now continue the rest part of the transportation of plants. So student, in the last session we have completed this transportation of water. So the next part is transportation of food. So as I have told already, the transportation of food takes place through a special tissue, that is phloem. Okay, so already we have discussed earlier that it is a active process and it is a passive process. The difference already we have made in the last session. So we will consider now how the food transportation takes place. What is the mechanism behind it? Okay. So the transportation of food, actually the transportation of food takes place through the special tissue phloem. Okay, but there is another thing. Only the food is not transported. Actually, the food which is prepared in the leaf and also amino acids and other substances are also transported through phloem from different parts of the plant. Again I am telling, the soluble product of photosynthesis, that is the food, along which the food amino acids are also transported through the phloem. And this process of transportation of food is known as translocation. So here another word comes, translocation. What is the meaning of this translocation? The word translocation means that actually it is the process of transportation of soluble product of photosynthesis. It means the food which is prepared, soluble product of photosynthesis, amino acids through phloem tissue is called translocation. When the water is transported through the xylem, there is no such definite term is given, but when food is transported, or the movement of food and amino acid through the phloem tissue in plants, the word translocation, the term translocation is given. So the translocation means it is the movement or the process of transportation of food in plants, which takes place through phloem tissue. Then we'll read about the mechanism of translocation. The mechanism of translocation. Mechanism means how translocation takes place. So students, if you remember the root pressure theory in movement of water, it is just similar to, the translocation is similar to that point. So what happens here, you see, you know that leaves, as I have told, that phloem tissue, it takes place through the phloem. The phloem is a complex tissue which is made up of sheath tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. The sheath tubes, actually they form the tube-like structures and they are present in leaf, stem, root, everywhere. And the sheath tubes are also forming the sheath tubes, for example, the sieve tubes are interconnected with each other to form a continuous channel like that. So what happens now? First of all, the mesophyll cell, the cells of the leaf, they do photosynthesis. So the sieve tube present in the leaf, they collect the sucrose. They collect sucrose, which is the product of photosynthesis, the food. They collect sucrose from the nearby cells. From the nearby cells, the sieve tube collect sucrose into it by using ATP. It is an energy consuming process. So when sucrose is collected inside the sieve tube, then what happens? The amount of sucrose, the concentration of sucrose becomes more inside the sieve tube. So automatically the water from the nearby cells will enter to it. So water will enter into the sieve tube to make it balance. As I told, when sucrose is collected by the sieve tube from nearby cells, the amount of sucrose, the sucrose concentration becomes more, water concentration will become less. So from the nearby cells, the water will easily or automatically enter into the sieve tube. So now the osmotic pressure of the sieve tube becomes more. Then what happens? So as this sieve tube has more water, more osmotic pressure, means more water and more sucrose, then this water along with the sucrose will move into the next cell, because this cell has less osmotic pressure, the less amount of sucrose and water. So from this cell it will move to the second cell. Then it is interconnected. From second cell it will move to third cell. Like that, wherever the need of the plant is there, means where the pressure is less, it can move in the upward direction or it can move to the downward direction according to the need of the plant. So it is exactly like the root pressure. In case of root pressure, they actually absorb the ions from the soil, but here they will take sucrose from the nearby cells by using ATP. Then water will automatically enter into the sieve tube. Then osmotic pressure of the sieve tube becomes more, and from one sieve tube it will move to the next sieve tube because of the less osmotic pressure of the second sieve tube. And this process will continue, and the water along which the sucrose is dissolved form, in sucrose dissolved form, it will move along with water from one cell to other, to next cell, and it will move according to the need of the plant. Whether it is to the roots, it can move toward the root, it can move toward the upper part of the stem according to the need. Wherever the osmotic pressure of the sieve tube will be less, the water along with sucrose will move in that direction. So this is all about the mechanism of translocation. In this way, the water along which actually the food along with water move in different parts of the plant, and it is a active process because energy is consumed in the form of ATP, and the movement of food takes place in both direction, upward as well as downward direction, and it is taking place by the special tissue which is known as phloem. So this is all about mechanism of translocation. So now we have completed transportation in plants. So we will meet in the next session with a new topic. Okay.